We often hear that every story needs to be told. But what if storytelling isn't just confined to words or traditional narratives? What if stories is about or lays in the precision of your craft, or maybe even in the way that you move? 4 years ago, I embarked on a journey by founding a storytelling community initiative. The idea was more than just a project. It was a response to a deep-seated need within our community to create a safe space for people to come together, to share their experiences without feeling judged or misunderstood. At first, I thought storytelling was all about words, about crafting sentences that describe a person's emotions and experiences and the things that they've been through. But the more I witnessed our community members engage with the initiative and express themselves in the way that they chose to express, I started to notice something quite profound. And that is that storytelling or stories are much more than just words strung together. They are experiences, they are emotions, and they are expressions that can be conveyed through countless mediums. Let me walk you through this experience where there was a pivotal moment that shifted my perspective entirely. A couple of years ago, we had a workshop where I noticed a participant, a woman named Sarah, who was struggling to articulate her story through words. And instead of trying to fit her into a certain mold, we encouraged her to explore other mediums as a form of expression. Sarah ended up expressing herself through a series of different paintings where every drawing was a representation of what she was going through and what she was feeling in that moment. In that moment, when she presented her work to everyone, it was as if the entire room could feel and hear her story. No words needed. And that is in that moment when it became clear to me that storytelling transcends language. Over the years, I've had the privilege of collaborating with various community members to organize different events and workshops tailored specifically to what they want their stories to look like and how they would like to express themselves. But as I started to collaborate with them, I started to notice something quite powerful, which is the vastness of the human experience, the vastness of the human expression. And that's when I realized there isn't a specific medium to do that. There are multiple mediums, and every medium is vital in helping us express ourselves in the best way possible. So what does this mean? It means that people can have the expression to express themselves using various mediums, including dancing, moving, writing, even drama can be a form of expression. Every form of expression became a pathway, providing a perspective and insights into that person, helping them view the world in a different form. This brings me to the heart of my talk today, which is the power of embodying your unique method of storytelling. Finding your voice or form of expression is a deeply personal journey. Let me repeat that again. Finding your voice or form of expression is a deeply personal journey. It's not about following a prescribed path. It's about finding what truly resonates with you as an individual. So whether it's podcasting, writing, drama, gardening, cooking, every medium is a pathway for you to discover more about who you are and the world around you on a deeper level. Let's take Hissa as an example. Hissa is a pastry chef who likes to infuse her creations with her personal stories. For Hissa, baking is more than just a skill. It's her way of conveying her emotions and all that she's learned over the years. When Hissa's baking and bringing all these textures and ingredients together, she's telling a story about passion, creativity, innovation, transforming her entire kitchen into this huge canvas where every texture, color, and pattern through her pastries is a representation or a reflection of who she is as an individual. When Hussa's baking, she's telling a story about her inventive spirit, her personal growth throughout her culinary school days, and the joy she finds in sharing what she creates with others around her. On the other hand, let's consider someone like Ziad. Ziad is a professional writer and a movie director who likes to express and convey complex human emotions and experiences throughout his films. Through his camera lens and using his artistic vision, he is able to help us take a walk in his character's shoes, helping us confront our own fears, hopes, and desires, and maybe even giving us a whole new perspective about the world around us. When Ziad is filmmaking, he's telling a story about his deep empathy for others, his commitment to transparency, and his interest and his curiosity in the complexities of the human condition. These examples show us that embracing your own unique form of expression, whatever it may be, helps you dive deeper into who you are as an individual, therefore leading to more self-awareness. However, there's more to gain here than just personal fulfillment. So let's look at the broader impact. So why should all storytelling methods be celebrated, encouraged, or even experienced by the community? According to narrative psychology research, it indicates that storytelling, in fact, helps build empathy by allowing others to experience diverse perspectives. So when we expose ourselves to diverse perspectives of others, this helps to form deeper social connections and better understandings amongst community members. So this means that it is extremely powerful to tell a story. A good example of this would be back in 2022, we hosted an open mic night where we invited different members from the community to come together and perform their own forms of expression on stage. Some performed using language, others performed using poetry, and some chose even music to express themselves. Every performance that day unraveled a whole new layer to who these individuals were. And as we engaged in these performances, we were reminded of our own moments of vulnerability, resilience, and growth. We were able to understand who these individuals were without them saying a single word at times. This showcases that regardless of what our storytelling method is, there isn't a single method, and that every method helps us or bridges gaps between individuals, leading to deeper community connections, hence fostering empathy and understanding. We see our struggles, we see our joys, fears, even passions reflected in others, and it is in these shared moments of expression that we find, or in this case even refine, our true voice. Now let's circle back to Hussa and Ziad. Let's imagine Hussa being exposed to Ziad's line of work. It might sound odd at first, but Hussa might find it fascinating the way Ziad portrays human emotions and expressions through his films. As she watches him bring all these stories to life, she is reminded of how vast the human experience can be beyond her culinary creations. This exposure helps her to get a deeper perspective into who she is as an individual and a deeper understanding of the world around her, maybe even finding a connection between visual storytelling and the creative process of baking and how similar they can also be. Now let's consider, what if Ziad was exposed to Hussa's world of baking? You might think, how would a filmmaker resonate with a baker? But as But as Hassa endorses herself in Ziyad's but as Ziyad endorses himself in Hassa's world, he might find a new fascination on the subtle art of flavor and presentation as his form of expression. He might even realize that with every movement that she's making and everything that she's creating, and the way she combines all these ingredients together, he can analyze the human emotion, analyze the human movement through her work and what she does. And at some point, he might even find a link between baking and storytelling and filmmaking, realizing that both disciplines, in fact, require attention to detail, patience, and creativity to execute them in the best way possible. The truth is, in this world of storytellers, Hassa and Ziyad aren't the only ones with their own forms of expression. We all have potential to find our own. And this potential is something that we must cherish, nurture, and explore. So, what does this mean for you? It means that you have the power to tell and express your story in a way that you feel is uniquely yours and yours only. Don't be confined by traditional narratives. Don't feel pressured to fit into a mold. Your story is yours to tell, and the way you choose to express it and the way you choose to say it is just as important as the story itself. So I encourage you all today, or maybe in other words, maybe even challenge you, to walk out of here today expressing your own voice in your own way. And while you're at it, don't be afraid to explore other methods too, because in the end, your story matters. Your story matters. Your story matters, and it deserves to be told in a way that is uniquely yours and authentically yours. Thank you.